Mr. Michael, Harry. Is my volume okay? Just give me the go signal.
Yes, it is.
It's my pleasure to be here this morning. The sun is just rising here in Jamaica. I know it's afternoon there. The graduates look wonderful. I want to say a hearty congratulations to them. I want to say a hearty congratulations to the staff, the teachers, to the founders of this school, to the community that has supported it. And I want to tell you how much it means to us here as a Jamaican and as a UNIA president, how much it means to us that this school is named after our illustrious founder, Marcus Garvey, who was born on this little island here of Jamaica in 1887, but whose brilliance and whose magnificence touched almost every corner of the globe, and in particular in Africa and in Nigeria. It means very much to us. Garvey is our first national hero. He is somebody who taught us the importance of owning our identity. And as I heard many times in this program, the mantra being called out, Africa for the Africans, those at home and those abroad. That was the slogan of the Universal Negro Improvement Association. It is important for us, not only as Africans on the continent, as you are in Nigeria, but Africans in the diaspora, as I am here in Jamaica, to embrace our identity, to build our unity, and to reconnect and to recollect and to remember ourselves as one nation, as one people, knowing one God, having one aim, and advancing towards one destiny. I congratulate you all on this magnificent day, on your maiden graduation. Let me recognize also the guest speaker and other contributors today to the hard work that you all have put in to making this school a reality, for the honor that you give to our first national hero, one of the most iconic Africans of the 20th century, whose teachings still inspire us, still guide us, and still are the foundation of rebuilding what was once a great empire on the continent of Africa. So it is my hope that in the lessons that your students give, and I'm so much encouraged by the presentations and the performances today, that Garveyism is infused in your curriculum, in your educational system, so that students can begin to learn the true and rich history of their people and the great and giant shoulders that we stand upon. As Africans in the world, we have faced many trials, many tribulations, but we have given so much to the world. Not only have we built our own nations, but we have built the nations of other people on our backs, through our blood, through our sweat, through our tears. And it is time for us now to reconnect with each other. For us in the diaspora to reconnect with our ancestral homeland there in Africa, and for those of you in Africa to reconnect with your distant cousins, brothers, and sisters across the globe. Congratulations to Udo and his team. Again, congratulations to the community. Kudos to the hard work that has been done by the teachers. I wish you all continued success. I wish you prosperity in the future. And I look forward to the great boys and girls who will grow into young men and young women who will become the leaders of the next generation, who will be able to say that they are graduates of the Marcus Garvey Drillers Foundation School. One God, one aim, one destiny. My love to you all, and I hope to be with you in the flesh very soon. It's love from the UNIA, love from your brothers and sisters in Jamaica, love from the Africans in the diaspora. Ashe.
Put your hands together! Thank you so much, President Stephen Golding from Jamaica, for giving us that powerful message. Thank you so much. And the pupils who are going to be passing out today, they are very appreciative. And so are every other person who is here today. Very, very appreciative of that powerful message that you just sent to us. Thank you, and thank you so, so much. Put your hands together once again. All right, so we move now to the next item. Now, this is another big moment. Remember what I told you. I said, I need one thing. I just need your attention because we are about to zoom to the high heavens. So, ladies and gentlemen, please, I would like the camera to stay on the graduates most of the times where the graduation speaker will be delivering his message. But just before I introduce the graduation speaker, I had already given to you some pieces of information about who he is, about the pedigree of this graduation speaker. His name is Professor Soborno Bari. But listen to me, I am not going to be standing here to give you this introduction. So we have a short video that will introduce our guest speaker. And by the time you finish listening and watching that short video, you will know why you should give all your attention to the person who is about to speak. But before we get there, I also want to introduce a variety. So if you look at me right there, I'd like the camera to focus on that young man over there at that corner. Now listen now, he is a magician. Now this is what he's going to do. This young man that is seated there is an artist. This is what he does. He looks at you the way you are, and in just 5 minutes, he carries a pen or paper and he scribbles something like this on a piece of paper, and by the time he turns it over to you, that is exactly you. That is what he does. And today, while we are having, so what we're going to do is this. Between the time that we're going to have our graduation speaker speak to us, the artist there is going to start drawing. He will draw Professor Soborno Bari exactly as he is. And another one is that, let me just bring this to let me bring this also to our graduation speaker, Professor Bari. I should also let you know that we have an award. We have a chieftaincy title that is going to be conferred on you today. And that chieftaincy title is going to be conferred on you by the Grand Chieftaincy royalty of this particular community.
Thank you so much.
And so we already have our royal fathers here who are going to be doing the handing over, and that title will come in the form of a portrait. That portrait has been carefully secured for you, so they will do the handing over. But that is going to be after you are done with your speech. We have come to the very important moment. Without keeping you any further, ladies and gentlemen, everyone present here, we want to present to you a short video introduction of our speaker today. And after the video has finished playing, we're going to have a moment for our guest speaker to deliver his message. For now, I introduce to you a video of Professor Soborno Bari.
He is a genius, a legend, and a hero. He is the youngest professor in the world, the god of mathematics, and the Einstein of the 21st century. Soborno was born in New York, USA, to Bangladeshi American parents. He showed signs of extraordinary intelligence from the time he was a baby. When he was only 2 years old, he could solve PhD-level problems in chemistry, physics, and mathematics. He could also read and write in 4 languages: English, Bengali, Arabic, and Spanish. He was so smart that he skipped school and took online courses from the best universities in the world, such as Harvard, MIT, Oxford, and Cambridge. He received certificates and honors from these institutions for his outstanding performance. Soborno became the youngest professor in the world when he was 9 years old. He has delivered lectures and seminars at various universities and organizations around the world, such as Harvard, MIT, Oxford, Cambridge, NASA, CERN, UNICEF, and UNESCO. He has also conducted experiments and demonstrations on topics such as quantum mechanics, relativity, nuclear fusion, artificial intelligence, and climate change. He has amazed and inspired thousands of people with his knowledge and skills. Soborno has also written 2 books, The Love and Manic. The Love is about his campaign to create a world without terrorism. He shares his experiences of fighting with imams and Muslim Americans to promote peace and harmony among different religions. Manish is about his journey to become a professor at the age of 9. He reveals his struggles, challenges, and achievements in the fields of chemistry, physics, and mathematics. He also talks about his vision for the future of science and humanity. Soborno has received many awards and honors for his achievements. He received the Global Child Prodigy Award in 2020 from Dr. Kailash Satyarthi, a Nobel Peace Laureate. Dr. Satyarthi also nominated him for a Nobel Prize. Soborno has also been featured in various media outlets such as CNN, BBC, Al Jazeera, the New York Times, the Guardian, and the Times of India. Soborno is also a peace activist and a social media influencer. He has a YouTube channel called Bari Science Lab, where he posts videos of his lectures and experiments. He has over 200,000 subscribers on his channel. He also has accounts on Twitter and Instagram where he shares his views and opinions on various issues. He aims to spread peace and happiness through his work. Soborno lives in New York with his parents and brother. He is fluent in English, Bengali, Arabic, and Spanish. He enjoys watching films, traveling, and researching. His favorite colors are blue, black, white, and yellow. His favorite food is biryani and Chinese food. Inspiration to many people around the world. He is not only a brilliant speaker, but also a kind-hearted person who wants to make the world a better place. He has a passion for chemistry, physics, and mathematics that is unmatched by anyone else. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Soborno Bari.
So we have Soborno Bari. Please pay attention to everything he's going to say.
May I start speaking?
Yes, you can.
So, greetings everybody and Marcus Garvey Drillers Foundation School. I am so excited to see you all in these red graduation coats because I know you've endured so much just to get to this point. But believe me, the challenges do not stop here. They'll only get more and more intense. What's the hardest thing you've ever faced during your time at this school before graduation? Can anyone tell me what the hardest challenge you faced, maybe the hardest homework assignment you've done, or the hardest exam you've taken? What was that in this school? So whatever it was, I'm sure you had a little time to think about that. Whatever that hardest experience was, it's only going to get harder from here. That hardest experience at this school is going to be your easiest experience in your next stage of life. But don't be scared. You're only going to adapt and grow as the expectations expected of you become more intense. I am so honored to be with you because I know that you're very proud of yourself, and you should be proud of yourself for getting to this point in education. Many kids in Nigeria, or the most populated country in Africa, or even in Africa as a whole, are too poor to afford education, or are too poor to do it until they earn a degree or they earn a high school diploma. So I'm really glad to see that you were so lucky not only to be able to receive an education, but to have it taught by one of the best, most esteemed schools in Nigeria, Marcus Garvey Drillers Foundation School. Now, I think that you should put your hands together, not for me, but for yourself, because you should be proud of everything that you and your classmates have done. Now,
Put your hands together.
now, wait. Now, I personally, I don't want you to take any of my achievements that personally. I don't want you to feel overwhelmed by what I've done, because all it takes is a little bit of inspiration in order to achieve all of these goals. All it takes is a little inspiration from the beginning, that little spark of imagination, that a little glimmer of hope. Most kids, they don't really get exposed to math until in school. They are taught it mundanely, and they are told that it's only for smart people. But we all are smart people, of course. So why are people preventing us? Why are people stigmatizing math? I'm talking to you about this because I want you all to consider math in the future. Math is directly interconnected to science. Would you guess what science is interconnected with? New technology, new discoveries that overall make life better for not only you, but your friends, and not only your friends, but your community, and not only your community, but perhaps your city, and not only your city, but your entire country. So, taking the time and effort to learn math and science is how you can end up the same way that I did. And if you ever have kids, you should teach them this way too, because it's the most inspiring thing. When you get exposed, when you have that aha moment as a kid. And trust me, not all of us are built for math and science. Some of us just have a natural aversion to it. But that doesn't mean we should be saying that we can't do it. I'm pretty sure that at least 1 in 5 people experience anxiety. So, looking at this crowd, where I believe there might be about 50 or 60 people, that's already 10 to 12 of you who have math anxiety, who believe they just can't do it, even though they don't have any sort of actual disadvantage. Because math is scary, I know. But once you get used to it, you'll have fun with it. And so, that's why all of my achievements seem so unfathomable, because math and science seems like a foreign field to you. But once you really dive deep into math and science, you'll see I'm just an ordinary person who does science all the time instead of doing anything else. So I encourage you yourself to look into math, to look into science, all of you graduates, and if you don't like it, of course, you can steer away from it because we all have our own passions. But I want you to seriously consider it for a second because you might not have examined it as deeply before. And I know when your school taught. Yeah. Oh, sorry. May I continue speaking?
Yes, we're listening to you.
Okay. So I know that whatever school you had, like this one, which is such a highly prestigious school, there are some teachers that, I mean, don't inspire you as much as others. There are some teachers that might not teach it in the way you desire, and that's because everyone learns differently. So the internet is a great big place where there are people just like you, people who probably probably learn the same way you do, and they probably created resources for you to learn math or physics or chemistry or any other academic topic uh, in the way that you learn. So you should not be afraid to get outside assistance. In fact, it's probably the best way to get inspired at first. So I want you all to once again reconsider math and science. So finally, I would like to tell you all congratulations. Now, I gave a similar speech to a lot of similar looking people in South Africa. They were wearing the same kinds of red capes and coats and gowns, but they were graduating for their PhD. And I can see you in those shoes very, very soon. I can see you all getting your PhDs and becoming great scientists or artists or biologists or chemists or whatever else that you dream of. I can see you becoming that at some point in the future because it's your passion and you can choose what to do with it. And we all have that potential inside us, that potential to make the world better. So, with that passion, let's all harness our potential and make the world better. Now, I know you might also be astonished by the fact that I wrote 2 books. But honestly, I'm astonished too at the fact that I was even able to finish both of them. Because uh, just like you probably in some parts of school, I went through deep bouts of demotivation. I thought, why should I finish this book? Oh, why do I have to keep going with it? Not like it'll ever get published or get fame. It's just another brick in the wall. But I decided to keep finishing it because my father and my family persuaded me to, and I thought, what's the point of all my hard work if I give up on it anyway? And there, I finished the book. Although I'm looking back on it now, I'm reflecting, and I can say that I could definitely make better literary works than The Love Now. I am very proud of what I managed to achieve at that age. And I'm sure you can write a book too, as long as you have the inspiration. Maybe as long as you have, I don't know, some outside assistance for grammar conventions. But all it takes is that one idea, that one thing that you think no one else has taught about or thought about before. That and maybe it's something that someone else has talked about before, but it might be your own personal look or personal spin on it because everyone's opinion is valued. And that's why I wrote my niece. It was my personal it was my personal look at things like terrorism, which has been widely talked about in books before. It's been a phenomenon for the last 200, 300 years. So I just want you all to know that you can achieve your goals and your dreams through a little bit of inspiration. I'm so sorry. Please excuse my nose. I am a little sick, but I still came here because I'm so proud of all you graduates. I cannot let you all down by not attending at at your at your biggest day. This is the biggest day of your life, honestly. So I wish you all good luck in 6th grade, and I would like to let you know that you can accomplish your dreams. Ooh, so sorry. I would like to let you all know that you all can accomplish your dreams if you have that little spark of inspiration. You can write a book if you have that little spark of inspiration, that little original thought. You can make a movie if you have enough money, but also if you have that original inspiration and thought. You can, study. You can study math or study physics. You have a new inspiration or new thought that makes you think about things from a different perspective. Because, that is all I want you to do. Look at math and science and all my accomplishments from a different perspective. Don't say, wow, this guy is so cool. Say, how can I get here myself? How can I show the world that I am accomplished as well? And I can bring hope to the world, and I can bring discoveries to the world, and I can bring so many things to the world. So prove yourself. Don't sit there and wow at others' accomplishments. Go out and try to replicate them yourself because you'll definitely succeed, whether it's with the help of your parents or your brothers or your family. Trust me, family is very valuable, or your mentor or anyone else. that inspiration is so valuable, and I want you all to be inspired like I was when I started doing math and physics, like I was in all of those classrooms, like I was when I was giving that lecture, just like I was when I was writing the love, and just like I was when I was writing my niece. So, through all of the hard times and hard experiences that you've gone through, I am so proud of everything that you've accomplished. So, you should once again give yourself a round of applause for, or put your hands together for yourself. You have done so many great things. You are going to absolutely. Oh, sorry. Oh,
Thank
yeah.
you.
So, of course, I would like to say great job to you. Congratulations. And I hope you all have great experiences in 6th grade.
Hands together, put your hands together. Please, can you put your hands together? So, Professor Bari, the world's youngest professor at the age of 11 today. He was a professor when he was 10 years, and he has written a lot of books. And he is such a great man, and he has given such a powerful speech. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, put a round of applause to our graduation speaker. Okay, so next, while we still have Professor Bari with us, who are going to be doing a presentation of, we're going to be doing the conferment of chieftaincy title all the way here from Nigeria. We're going to be conferring that title. We'll explain to you what that title means. We're going to explain to you the local name, the local terminology for the title that's going to be conferred on Professor Bari. And then we're having our elders here, and they will actually explain that just in. Can we get clap from the people? Keep clapping until that is done. Applause. Clap your hand. Hello.
Wow.
Hello. Talk to yourself and say, I am proud to be. If you man say I'm African woman, if you man say I'm African, I'm proud to be an African man. Laugh for yourself. Wow, that's very, very good. You see, one thing you need to understand is God is not making a mistake. Oh, I've done that. For creating white men and African, a black man like me. It's not making a mistake. And that's why God makes it different for people to know why it is so. If one of my teeth is being removed now and one of the white men removed and can you differentiate it? God knows the reason why he created black and white. In this part of the black African, I see some people trying to make a change their color. Sometimes using some grains. That's the rubbish. Only what you can do is for you to make sure that you maintain your complexion. That should maintain to be continuing yourself. Don't change your color. God made any mistake for creating you an African man. Now, it is very, very necessary. A young man of 11 years should be a professor. And along the line, he was intelligent. He was not knowledgeable for the whole world. I'm talking about Professor Soborno Bari. I don't have close for him. Your son, your children can even be more than that by the grace of God. Everything need when the way you determination is very, very important. Student, the graduated student, you see Barry, 11 years old, become a professor.
That means their determination. Image is determination. You two must be what? Must be determined. The school your father sent you, make sure you determine, say, I will become something. Take it.
All right, thank you, Professor Soborno Bari. Let me explain to what you have there. And of course, Professor Soborno, that is the chief testing title. It's going to be presented by the community that Marcus Garvey Donors Foundation School is. And this is on behalf of the entire community, the two people of Akwa Ibom State and Nigeria and Africa at large. This is the first time in history that here in Nigeria, a chief testing title is going to be conferred upon you, but it will be done by the village council. But before this, Professor Bari, let me just also brief you because of time. Professor Bari, there is a lot in package that we have for you. And by the grace of God, we are also expecting you in Nigeria, probably by next year. We will be extending our invitation to you to come over to Nigeria. Without the government paraphernalia, we will also ensure that the Federal Ministry of Education will also be informed of your arrival, and the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces in Nigeria will also be, in notice of your arrival. And not just that, Akwa Ibom is a state in Nigeria. We will also invite the Commissioner for Education to the Commissioner will also ensure that His Excellency the Governor of Akwa Ibom State will also receive you probably by next year. And then you will also make a tour when you come to Akwa Ibom, to Nigeria, to the school that you have just spoken today with. Please, can you clap for Professor Bari? Not just that, Professor Bari, we also have let me also bring you. Professor Bari, there is a lot about the school, that we have a lot of package for you. Now, here it is, Professor Bari. There is going to be a library that is going to be named after you, called a Library of Professor Soborno Bari, located in Akwa Ibom in Nigeria, Africa. We are going to start the building of that library. We will ask government, not non-governmental organization, to put in money to build in your library in Akwa Ibom State. It's going to be a magnificent building that is going to be built and named after you for history, for posterity. Not just that, Professor Bari, we also have this. The first time in history, we're going to build you a hall. And that hall is going to serve as an event center where we will have marriages organized from that same place. Where we will have a hall. Last now, as you are seeing, so we do not have a hall. Where we are sitting here is, an aspect of the school. So we are going to build a hall that is going to be named after you, where it's going to be served for the pupils for the school, and then it's also going to serve for the entire community to use. And Akwa Ibom and Nigeria and Africa at large will be using that hall, named after you, called Professor Soborno Bari Hall. That is going to be an event center that is going to be built after you. This thing has never happened before. The government of Akwa Ibom State will be involved. The entire Nigeria will be involved. United States of America will be involved. We will send letter to all governments, all parastatals and agencies. And we will also ensure that organizations will also be involved to put in money for that buildings, which is going to commence not later than November this year. Thank you very much, Professor Soborno Bari. Now we are going to do the presentation of the chieftaincy title by the chief.
Thank you very much, Professor Bari. As you can see and you can hear, we are here. Africa love you. The committee love you. Akwa Ibom love you. And the entire African at large love you. And that's why we presented you a title of Idaga, Adaga, meaning pillar of education to you. No.
Thank you so much.
On behalf of the important community, Akwa Ibom State, Nigeria and Africa at large, presented to you this Adaga, meaning pillar of education worldwide.
Thank you very much. First time in history. Professor Soborno Bari. God really loves you. God honor you so much. It has never happened before. But just in this very few times that we have been communicating with the school management, the entire community, put together this magnificent
chieftaincy title award for you. Today, the Africans come back to you. This honor chieftaincy title unto you as the Adara move forward, meaning the pillar of education that is in our honorable planet. The Adara move forward means the pillar of education. We love you, Professor Bari.
Thank
Put
you.
your hands together. Where are you keeping your voices? Where are you keeping your voices? Okay, I heard a little part of it, but I like to hear it more. So I also want to inform Professor Barry that the award will be mailed to him from Nigeria, and he is going to be getting that award as in a physical as a physical gift sent to him. Can you put your hands together? All right, so before we still have other items, but we just want to round up with Professor. But meanwhile, we still have our artist waiting there, so we're going to be getting an update from our artist to know what he has done so far. But before we do that, we just get one line of remarks from Professor Barry. We want to get your reaction towards community by the school. You promise that there's going to be a school library that will be named after you. There's going to be a hall that will be named after you. And also next year, preparation will soon get underway to make a national and statewide arrangement for your visit to Akwa Ibom State and to Nigeria. And you're going to be visiting some important places during your visit. So we want to get your reaction to that. After that, we're going to be also, getting the artist to show to us what he has done within this short time, and then we'll be proceeding with other programs. So for now, Professor Barry, I would just like to hear from you. What's your reaction? How would you react to all of this?
I am so honored to be bestowed all of these extraordinary gifts, especially from Marcus Garvey Driller Foundation Schools. Please, excuse me. But still, I am so honored. I don't know how to put it into words that you are organizing such a huge ceremony, such huge things, all for me. So I am very excited to come to Nigeria next year.
Can you put your hands together? Thank you, Professor Barry. So we'd like to we get an interlude. Let us get 5 seconds of interlude, music interlude, while the artist is rounding up. He's already through, but we just get a 1 second of music interlude. We like Professor Barry to remain on the screen. We wouldn't want him to move away. Just give us 1 second. We just need a tune. Very wonderful and very grateful. This is the day that the Lord has made, and we will rejoice of the glad day. We really appreciate that day, somehow come that have come to witness. Thank God, this is God of my name. More than 1,000 people are gathering today. We love all of you for coming. And while the artist is coming over right now, the people this has just happened. Just now. I know that when Mary passed by there, who was for you then? I know very well that Barry will look for you, this artist that is knowing Barry. It's not getting his life, this life view.
And of course, we have a couple of journalists who is led by veteran journalists from our Bible state, from the Nigerian Union of Journalists. We have our own brother that lead the team of journalists to stage particular events to ensure that electronic media and the print media will carry this event. This event is going to be on the television in our Bible state and Nigeria. And we are also ensuring that many pages of newspaper, you will find Bari on many pages of newspaper in Nigeria, and a whole lot of things will be occurring. So this event has never happened like this before. But just because of the God that worked with Bari, a lot of things have come to this school. A lot of promotion have come to this school. So we love Bari. We wanted to express our own happiness to Bari. The Bari, the school loves you. We've followed you for many years now. We've been joining you, through your YouTube. We've been joining you through Facebook. We've been following you, the school have been following you to ensure that this particular, honor that have been conferred upon you as a professor, that Africa will also be blessed. So at this juncture, a lot of guardians, sitting down here and just following you, Bari. Today they are inspired by Bari. They are motivated by Professor Bari. These young graduates that you see today will be marching to another level of education. So we know that Bari, you are motivated. That is why the Kukus are very happy, for having you. Thank you. And the entire Nigeria are happy.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, we're about to unveil the magician, the artist, who already has said that his name. Leonardo da Vinci will happen to accept this challenge that he's going to draw the portrait, the picture of Professor Bari within the time frame that Bari will be speaking at this event. Okay, so in the meantime, and we are done. Ladies and gentlemen, we have the artist there. The camera is on the artist. Professor Bari, before we unveil the portrait and see whether this, we're going to ask you whether the portrait that has been staged represents you, and you're going to tell us if that is you. But before I do that, I'm going to take just a second to talk about the artist here. The artist here is also Leonardo is also another genius. He's Leonardo da Vinci. He is in staging personalities. He is from Nigeria, and he's a university graduate from one of the universities in Nigeria. And he is also one of the coaches that has been coaching the pupils here. So we just want you to know that the people who are here and part of this institution are actually people men of talent, men of unusual ability. And so we already, we have the artist there. So we're going to take a look at the portrait. All right, can we see the portrait? Can you put your hands together? Wow! Can you put your hands together?
Wow. So excited. Oh my God.
Have you seen anything like this before?
Oh my God.
That is on the spot scale.
Unbelievable.
This is magnificent.
Well, wow, that's Bari there.
Well, Professor Bari, it might also interest you to know that that is the same artist who actually drew your portrait that is over here.
Wow.
Can you put your hands together?
Wow. Oh my God.
This is awesome. This is awesome. This is magnificent. This is magic. This is
Just in 2 minutes.
this is the masterpiece from Leonardo da Vinci. Put your hands together. Put your hands together.
Wow.
Just within the time frame that Professor Bari has been speaking, talking to us here, he's been able to come up with this. So I'd like to ask Professor Bari. Please, Professor Bari, does that portrait look like you? We want to get an answer.
Of course it does. I'm actually shocked by how good it was in just 30, 40 minutes. I'm actually very shocked. I've taken a high school art class before, and it was so hard for me. And seeing something like this, so high quality, in just 40-50 minutes, it's absolutely mind blowing.
That is also, put your hands together. That is awesome. So before we wrap up with Professor Barry, we're gonna do one last thing, and that's gonna be the last thing. So we'd like Professor Barry to meet the graduates who are going to be graduating today. All we just want is each of them will introduce his or her name, and then that's going to be a kind of meeting with Professor Barry. And when you're done, Professor Barry is just going to give you a graduation kind of salute, and he will just give you one line of motivation, a kind of motivational word, that will just take you through. And you will know for the pupils who are sitting here, hello pupils. So look at me now. We're going to do just one single item. Now listen. So we have Professor Barry who is sitting down here. Remember, you are not just meeting an ordinary man. He is, an extraordinary genius. He is such a man that at the age of 11, he has done so much. So you are meeting him. We want this to become historic in your life. Every day of your life, always remember that you had an encounter with Professor Barry. And that will become the drive that will keep you going every day. And that is going to launch you into the dreams and the aspirations of your life. And will provide you the energy that you need. Each time you remember, you met a genius. So you always also know that someday you're going to become as great as a genius because you had an encounter with a genius. Put your hands together. So can we have a microphone pass for the pupils? One after the other. Let's have a microphone pass to the pupil. You're going to tell us your name. You tell us what class you are and your school and the name of your school. Tell us your name, what class you are and your school, and that will be all.
My name is Benita. I am in my friend. The name of my school is Margaret Gabriel Last Foundation.
Put your hands together. The next pupil. Who is the next?
My name is Lacey Daniel Asian. I am in primary 5. The name of my school is Margaret Gabriel Julius Foundation School.
Put your hands together. The next pupil.
My name is Ivan Resurrection. I am 10 years old. The two of my Julius Foundation.
Put your hands together.
The name of my school, I am the pupils of primary 5.
Clap again.
I am in primary 5.
Clap again. Can we listen to the next pupil?
The name of my school is Margaret Gabriel Julius Foundation School.
Clap for her. The next pupil in line. Please, can you create an easy access for the pupil to walk past?
My name is Brian. The name of my school is Margaret Gabriel Julius Foundation. The name of my school is Margaret Gabriel Julius Foundation School.
Can you put your hands together for all the pupils today? As we take the last, let's say the last pupil today.
My name is Soborno Bari. The name of my school is Margaret Gabriel Julius Foundation.
A round of applause for all of them. Okay, we have come to the end of it, and we just got a message that Professor Barry will be leaving us. Unfortunately, he actually has a lecture at a university right now. He actually, that lecture was supposed to happen, earlier on, but he had to make that sacrifice because of how much he values this important occasion. From Professor Barry. Can we just take a bye-bye message from Professor Barry?
No, please, it's fine. It was an interview, but I've rescheduled it for a little later.
Can you put your hands together as we walk away? Put your hands together.
Thank you, Professor Bari.
Thank you so much for today's event.
Thank you. Africa love you. Thank you very much. And quite upset. We'll be expecting you soon. Nigeria will be welcoming you soon. All the government of Australia will be welcoming you soon. Thank you, Professor Bari. Every night, we will usher you to our guest. Thank you.
Okay, all right. So we just got information now. When I tell you about how much Barry, now this event will continue. Listen, please. If your child is not here, your child is missing so much. Can you see? So we are in this school, we are raising the standard, we're raising the bar of this school to a point where the pupils of this school will be having relationship with people who are at the top of their career. And I just got a message now as a mark of honor from Professor Bari that he has rescheduled the meeting that he was going to have at the university. And so what we're going to do right now is that he will stay through with us, but I was going to skip one thing. So we're going to pick one pupil who asks Professor Bari directly one question on behalf of all the pupils there. Are we all fine? We're going to get one pupil to ask. So that we also give a little time to Professor Bari to rest while we continue. So what we're doing is, going forward, we're going to get one pupil to ask Professor Bari a question. But before that happens, we're going to move to the next item that we still have. And we have other presentations. And we just hope that Professor Bari will continue to stay with us alongside other guests that we have joining us remotely across the world. So we're moving to the next item. I'm going to stand aside from the podium and then allow the day's moderator to take over from me. I'm going to be back to continue from where I stopped.
So
when we have the music.
over here, can you write down? I can stay up to 20 minutes because I
No,
say I can stay up to 20 minutes.
Come on. Ask me a question, mate. Just get out. Get out of here! My mic is on!
Today, parents, providers, teachers, and friends, we are here to say some popular truths when the garbage. The people without the knowledge of their constitution, origin, and culture is like a tree without roots. How you going to say you can't adopt this what you want? We must develop. Sita, shall we free? Arrange it. my people. Education is the path to the future. Education is the path to the future. But tomorrow belongs to those who prepare for it today. You have won before you have started. Nigeria, forever the country will be great. The tongue is mightier than the tongue, but the tongue is mightier. The pen is mightier than the sword, but the tongue is mightier than them both put together. A wedding man and woman is a wedding man and woman, but a wedding man and woman is better. Educate yourself, educate your children, educate the people. Africa for the Africans.
Those are home and home father. Oh my God. Thank you very much. Wow.
Wow.
Educate your children. Educate your children so that they take the rightful place in the world. That is what is actually saying so. He's saying so. He's saying so.
Okay, that was very wonderful. I believe that you haven't heard about this man before today. These children have made you know his words. Those were the words of Michael Javi. Those were the words of Michael Javi. The children were telling you the words of Michael Javi. It meant something for you to hear what he had said. He said, they say, when I was school, you don't really like us. Educate yourselves, educate your children. Say the right place, to say your right place. Thank you so much. Let's welcome to the presentation.
All right, there is a talk show coming over now.
Now the comment section will have a beautiful.
A talk show is coming over now. The people are organizing a talk show. Please clap them as they come over. Clap them.
Appreciate them.
Appreciate them.
Have a talk show.
Clap them. Clap them.
Too.
That is going to be a talk show by this little kid. All right, let's see over there. Yeah, let's go on the edge of life, edge of faith. Edge of life, edge of faith. So they have a talk show to present the audience. Yeah, go ahead. Thank you.
So, with mountains garbage in our town school. With me, Master famous ever vegetable. That's my girl. So good. That's what accident is all about. The causes of accidents and the cause way of preventing accidents. What's the famous street water accident? Accidents are those practices that happens to people when they do not expect them. It can cause injury, sickness, or death. Wow, that has mercy means the first time tell us what is accident? There are some accidents that you recognize. For instance, please what will lead to the causes of accidents? Number one, walking on a street. Number two, when we step on the harness. You are something accident. Wow, that means one has to be very careful. Because it's a whole accident. What? Sir, we protected birds. You know, this is the next it is very unfortunate. Mr. Fema, since we have understood the causes of road accidents, can we cover the causes of road accident? Yes, many things can cause road accident. Some are overspeeding. Many drivers drive above the normal speed limit. Number 2, overtaking. One overtaking on the road can cause accident. Good point. Means the unfortunate can cause road accident. Quite effective. Road accident? Yes. Driving. When a driver is driving recklessly, pedestrian. Thank you very much, Mrs. In fact, we have learned a lot here. You can tell us what an accident, the causes of what caused a road accident. Now, what ways to prevent what caused a road accident? Master Priscilla, can you tell us? Correct. Miss Esther, can you also tell us ways of preventing road accident? Please, number 1, we should protect our friends. Avoid structure when everything of water. Number 2, we should have a noise to avoid destruction. Correct. Master Famous, what are the ways to prevent road accidents? Number 1, drivers should not speed above the recommended limit, and it should also slow down when approaching a bend. Number 2, drivers should not drive so close to the front vehicle. Amazing. Ms. Zebra, can you more ways of preventing road accidents? Number 1,
Right, thank you.
Okay, all right. So what if it is still going to continue? That's one of the put your hands together as we just see Professor Bari is going to be taking a leave now. I just wanted to recognize his exit. And we just put our hands together and saying thank you. Say thank you to Professor Bari. Thank you so much for today. Thank you for your presence. We really appreciate it. I want to see you in Nigeria. Thank you.
Thank you for everything you've done.
Wow, thank you very much, Ms. Deborah. It's really amazing. Whatever they
All right, the next item is coming. Thank you.
That was very wonderful. Please put your hands together for this watch. That's
Thank you,
very
everyone.
nice. Thank you. That,
Oh no. Okay. All right. Thank you everybody for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.